One evening, my parents and us kids were down the road at my grandma's house. I was about 4 or 5 years old, so my sister was around 6, and my brother was only a baby. My grandma and grandpa lived down the road from us. It was good that we had family living very close by. While we were there, Grandma would be in the kitchen cooking a roast dinner. My mum would be there to help. The smell of her cooking would always fill the house, and it smelt divine. My grandpa and dad would be in the lounge room watching whatever was on TV at the time. Two of my youngest uncles lived with Grandma and Grandpa as well, and they had 2 cats. They were 2 ginger cats. One's name was Pussyfoot, and the other's name was Dodsworth. Pussyfoot was older than Dodsworth, and Pussyfoot stood his ground, while Dodsworth liked to run away and hide a lot of the time. So one of my uncles was out in the backyard, and my sister and I were outside with him. All of a sudden, Pussyfoot emerged into sight, and he was coming to have his dinner. "I better feed the cats," he said as he grabbed some dry food to feed them. He rattled the packet, and then Dodsworth ran out into the open, meowing, knowing it was dinner time. My uncle fed the cats, and we sat there watching them eat. I really wanted to give them a pat, but my uncle had previously told us kids not to touch the cats because they don't like kids, especially Pussyfoot, because he will swipe. My uncle went inside to speak to Grandma, and me and my sister were still out in the backyard. I was looking at how beautiful Pussyfoot looked. His coat was just perfect ginger stripes. How could I not feel his coat? He was eating, so I figured he was busy, so I moved over towards him. "Don't touch the cats," my sister warned me. But I had reached over to touch Pussyfoot, and because I accidentally didn't touch him gently, being a 4-year-old and all, Pussyfoot swung around and scratched my hand, quite deeply. He was there hissing and growling at me while I was holding back the tears. Meanwhile, Dodsworth took off under the house. My uncle came back outside. He seen the cats had been disturbed and that I was there holding my hand. "What did I tell you? You touched Pussyfoot, didn't you?" "Yes, he did," my sister confirmed. "That's what you get. At least you don't get a kick up the arse now." My sister and I went inside, and my mum came to my aid. My uncle was actually really annoyed, but I learnt my lesson, and for a long time I stayed right away from any cats.